My name is Christopher Eager. I'm the Chairman and CEO of Resouro Strategic Metals. The company has an extremely large and high-grade rare earths project in Brazil with associated high-grade titanium dioxide. Resouro has just listed on the Australian Stock Exchange. We're hoping for and we're expecting a major revaluation of the company. We were listed on the TSX-V in April 2022. The Australian market understands rare earths and understands our value proposition, so we're expecting to deliver some amazing results in terms of the resource statement and our metallurgical test work program, and expecting a major revaluation of the company now that we're listed on the ASX. We had strong demand pre-IPO, and we did 4 capital raisings prior to the IPO, and that included Regal Investments, Illawarra and Terra Capital, as well as a couple of prominent family offices in Sydney. So effectively the register has been moved from Canada to Australia, and there's been a strong buying in the market in Canada from Australians. We're taking advantage of Meteoric and Brazilian Rare Earths, who have done spectacularly well in the market in Australia. We believe our project is comparable with those projects, plus the titanium, so we have that advantage. So we're trying to take advantage of the fact that investors in Australia understand rare earths. We'll have about 10 million Australian dollars in the bank after the IPO. We're raising 8 million at the IPO. It'll be principally used to advance the preliminary economic assessment. And the first news that we'll be putting out is the new maiden resource statement for the project, which will be very substantial. The nature of the project is that the ore body is very extensive. It's about 71 kilometres long, about 40 to 50 metres thick in general, very consistent in grade, so high total rare earth oxide grades and high titanium dioxide grades. The Tiros project is obviously our premier project. Our plan is to take the project through PEA during the course of this year. As I said, we're going to do our maiden resource calculation. We've drilled 60 new diamond, RC and auger holes in the project over the last few months. We now have sufficient data to produce a resource statement. We're also about to announce the appointment of an engineering firm to do the initial scoping study, or PEA, for the project, and the plan is to complete that during this year, along with the maiden resource statement, mine planning and metallurgical test work. And the market's mostly interested in the metallurgical test work, and we're doing a broad range of studies metallurgically at CIT Senai in Brazil for leaching of rare earths, plus Altinium in Queensland, which is the technology that's being used by Queensland Pacific Minerals in Queensland for leaching nickel and cobalt, but is applicable to rare earths. We have very high grade titanium dioxide associated with the rare earths. It's almost a one-to-one correlation with the grade. So the titanium dioxide, the principal uses for that are the white elements in paints and paper and plastics, but there's an up-and-coming market for titanium metal in aerospace and automotive uses, also titanium lithium batteries. So the titanium is around 12.5% on average grade, which compares very well with a typical ilmenite deposit, which could be 1 or 2%. And we're very excited about the upcoming market for various new titanium products. So titanium is a big differentiator. And the second big differentiator is that our ore body is extremely consistent. So we've drilled a 3,200 hectare area of the deposit. The total area of the deposit is about 2,250 square kilometres, so about 9% of the entire we're going to report a very large resource on that area. And the reason we'll get a large resource is that from hole to hole within, sample distance of up to 500 metres, we're getting exactly the same grade profile. So it's a very homogeneous deposit, which makes it very interesting in terms of grade and recovery. The compound annual growth rate projected for rare earths is about 6%, which is significant. And the other aspect is that the world is trying to diversify from Chinese production from rare earths. Brazil is going to be the major supplier for the world for rare earths because of the size and the quality of the deposits there. We have an extremely large project and capable of filling in the gaps in the market as it stands. I'm just stunned by the size and grade of the deposit. I think if you look at the value of the rare earth elements with our grades and the value of the titanium dioxide, what we want to do is produce titanium dioxide, and at these grades it should be very profitable. That'll cover all our operating costs, and then we effectively get the rare earths as a credit. And the rare earth grades are comparable to the best ionic clay rare earth deposits in the world.